Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. I'm your host, Francy Hall, and we are your community connection here in Owatonna. We have coming up for you today Kim Cosens, who's visiting with us talking about the Harry Wenger Marching Band Festival that's coming up on June 20th. And after that, we will be visiting with John Havelka, who's going to tell us what's in store for this year's 4th of July firework display. First, we would really like to thank the people who make this show possible. They are great community supporters and they are supporters of ours. Our sponsors, our premier sponsors, are the City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, Owatonna Public Utilities, and our primary sponsors are Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Brookdale Owatonna Assisted Living and Memory Care, Little Theater of Owatonna, the Owatonna Foundation, and our interlude sponsors are Abraham Consulting Technologies, Bremer Bank, Brenda Bednar Mortgage Office, Glenn Mager and Michael Mager of the Brick Mager Funeral Home and Medford Funeral Home, Carlson, Bradstad and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care, Clancher & Sons Landscaping and Concrete, Owatonna Business Incubator, Snap Fitness, Steele County Historical Society, Steele County Transitional Housing, the Third Hand Inc. Video Productions, and TPS Insurance. We hope that you will support these sponsors, give them your business, thank them for what they do in our community. Please stick with us. We will be right back with Kim Cosens and the Wenger Marching Band Festival.
I'm Dan Branstad of Carlson Branstad and Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. For current exhibits and events, check our website, www.steelehistorymuseum.org.
Welcome back. I am now joined by Kim Cosens, and we're going to learn more about this year's Harry Wenger Marching Band Festival that's coming up on June the 20th. Hello there, Kim.
How you doing, Francie?
I am well. How are you doing?
Wonderful. Thanks for the opportunity to be on your show today.
Oh, we're happy to have you. Thank you for being here. And it's always a fun event. We want to hear about exactly when it starts, when it is, and all of that good stuff. And we want to also talk about the people who are supporting it.
Right.
But for the folks who don't know, would you go ahead and explain who you are and what your involvement with the Harry Wenger Marching Band Festival is?
Sure. I'm Kim Cosens, and I'm a financial advisor here in town for Edward Jones, but the hat I'm wearing today is as the board chair and the festival director for the Harry Wenger Marching Band Festival. This is our 6th year in operation. We have had great success, mostly due to the people here in Owatonna and their willingness to come out and support this fine event, but also the many students that are involved. The event came into place about 6 years ago as a need to put on a high-quality marching event for the students that are involved with competitive summer marching. And being a former band director myself, we had several other people that were interested in trying to get something going in Owatonna. Long story short, Wenger Foundation stepped up and said, we'd like to be your primary sponsor. We see great value in it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no better town in all of the United States than Owatonna, Minnesota, the home of Harry Wenger, to have a marching band festival.
That is right, absolutely.
So we feel we've done very well in that area, and we're really pleased with the way that the festival has grown and the support that we've been able to receive.
How many folks usually attend this event?
Wow. We have 3 performance zones, and I'll point those out on the map here. Or maybe I won't point those out on the map.
We'll wait on that. Okay.
Well, over on the map here, we've got 3 performance zones. We start up on Lincoln at the corner of, if I can read upside down here, the corner of Prospect and Lincoln is where the route starts, but then the first play zone is right here between Phelps and University. It's right in front of the Trinity Lutheran Church. That is the first play zone. The second play zone is a little farther down, 2 blocks later here between Academy and Agnes. And then they come around the corner, they come downtown to the main area. The judges' zone is on the intersection of Elm and Main Street. Now, all three of those places are where people can be to watch the event. They're going to want to sit on the right-hand side of the street as the bands come down, because that's the side the bands are going to perform to. So, little inside hint there. If you want to get the best experience, sit on the right-hand side of the street, although you will enjoy it from both sides.
Okay. And how many bands are will be participating?
Thank you. Good question. There are 12 bands in competition, and then Owatonna marches an exhibition at the end. We don't ever have the hometown band compete. That would be kind of tacky to compete against the other schools that are there.
Not fair. Well, that's so nice.
Yeah, so we've got 3 classes, and it's based basically on the size of the school, the size of the band, and the years of experience in the marching arts activity. And that's basically set up by our Judges Association. The Tri-State Judges Association are based out of Decorah, Iowa, and they judge all of these competitive bands in the upper Midwest, have done that for years and years. An outstanding group of people that do that work.
They know what they're doing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
They definitely know what they're doing. But we've got in Class A this year, we've got Dover, Iota, starting off the event, then Lake City, KMS, which is Kirkhoven, Murdoch, Sunburg. It's a consolidated school district over on the western side of the state. And then Winona Cotter, way over on the eastern side of the state. So that's Class A. Class 2A is Richfield, Henry Sibley, Malacca coming down from up north, and Maple Grove. And then in our AAA is our largest schools, our biggest bands, most experienced, Waconia, the Mankato 77 Lancers, Champlain Park, new to our festival this year, and the 728 Cadets, which are based out of the Rogers and Zimmerman area. And then, of course, at the end, Owatonna will march an exhibition, not competing, but they get the benefit of judges' comments, which is really the most important thing anyway. They can take that, work on it in rehearsal, as then many of these bands will travel to another festival in the evening and compete at that show.
And there's a festival in Waseca, too, correct? So we may or may not be in that?
That's in the fall. That's a field
okay.
show. That's a field show, and that is in the fall of the year, yes.
Okay. And so I was going to ask you, but you've already kind of explained that A, AA, AAA.
Yes.
And so there are number 4 bands in each of those
There are.
levels, and they're judged separately, and is that right? How does that work?
Each band is judged independent from the other, but the awards are within class. So all the Class A bands compete against each other, 2A, 3A, etc. But the judging scale stays the same throughout. I'm a judge as well. I've been a judge for many, many years and work with this same organization, not at this festival, obviously. But each judge has a specific category they're responsible for, whether that is marching, whether that's music, whether it's general effect, whether it's execution, could be color guard, could be percussion. And so there are 6 different judges that have different things that they're looking for specifically. Their criteria on their ballot is just to go towards that item. Then those ballots are all consolidated to come up with total scores to see who wins in different categories.
Well, and we all win when we're watching it.
Absolutely.
And what you just said gives me a little more insight into the various things that I can be looking for.
That's right.
So it's not just, kids marching and playing music, which is impressive enough, but what are those 6 categories that we as the viewer should be paying attention to?
That's a really good question, Francie. For example, quite often people say, well, how are these bands judged? How do they determine? If you just left it to the general public, then they might say, well, I like the uniforms of that band, or I really like the song that band played. I remember that from the 60s, and it was neat to hear that again, or whatever the case might be. There are the categories of music execution, and so those judges are down on the street listening for the actual intonation, the ability to have great tone quality in all registers of the instrument, every instrument to another, how's the balance and blend. So they're listening for the very technical side of, is the music being performed correctly? Is there good dynamic contrast? The same thing is being done from a visual perspective down on the street. They're in amongst the bands and around the kids, but they're watching for the way that they carry their body, their posture. Mm-hmm. Is it tall? Is it the same from student to student? Are the length of the pants hanging on their shoes, or are they too high? Are they the right length? Are their instrument, the carriage of their instrument, is the posture correct? Is there uniformity in all of that? Is the angle of their bell on their instrument? All these sorts of things,
wow.
The angle of their hat to their head, all of these things are very important for the execution, again, the technical side of the visual performance. But then you have the general effect judges. The general effect judges are up on the flatbed truck, and they get the overall picture of how does the drill design, how does it all work together to create an enjoyable experience for the viewer? Mm-hmm. Are they seeing something that's really exciting and fun, or is it sloppy? So, and then you've got the color guard judge, which just judges the guard, the percussion, which just judges the percussion. So those are your 6 categories, but quite often you might have a band come through that is plays very, very well. They might have an incredible sound, and they'll score very high on that judge's ballot, but they don't march very well. Their lines aren't straight, their uniforms are sloppy, they miss step-offs, they're not on the same feet from player to player, and so their visual scores are going to be very, very low. You need to be able to execute in all categories to score the highest, and those are the ones that end up winning.
And so when they win, is it just bragging rights? What do they get?
They get trophies, first through fourth place trophies. We also award prize money, $750 for first, $500 for second, $250 for third.
Is that in each category?
Each class,
Oh,
that's
wow.
correct. And then there are an overall champion, a grand champion, that's an additional $500. Some of it is bragging rights. All bands get a travel stipend to come to participate of $800 because it costs a lot of money to get bands here. And so it's a very different thing than the fall competition where they pay to go to these events. In the summer competitions, there's cash prizes, there's travel stipends. It's pretty standard across the circuit.
And it's all there to support the bands, is
It
that
is.
right? And their schools?
It's to help the students have a great experience in the marching arts. I just think the ability to learn that teamwork and to work with others and develop some leadership skills and be able to do that in an environment that is very friendly and very positive, very encouraging. So we really think that this is a win-win event for Owatonna. I mean, the kids is the main reason we do it. We want a great experience for the students that are involved. And this year we've got about 1,300 students that will be participating across the bands.
That is a lot of students.
That's right. And then we also think it's a win for the Owatonna community to be able to have people come out and enjoy a great show, but also for the business community. I mean, we've got, if you take a couple of parents for each of those kids, you can see a pretty large number of people coming into town that day.
Encourage them to come downtown.
Support our business community, get a bite to
Yes.
eat, stay in one of our hotels. We just think it's a great opportunity for our community.
Yes, indeed. Remind us the time.
Yep, starts
and
at
the
11 a.m.
location.
and the main area is at Elm and Main. In the intersection there is the judges area. Patron event is still available. That starts at 9:30 in the morning. That's $70 for a single, $125 for a couple, and they get a reserved seat right there in the judges zone. They have a nice brunch. They get a little gift. It's just a wonderful opportunity for those people. If they want to get involved with the patron event, contact Ann Miller at 451-3400. But we are just really pleased to have the support of the local community, our sponsors,
Yes,
our
please,
Owatonna
quickly.
People's Press,
Yes.
Hy-Vee, and the Wenger Foundation, as well as many other businesses who support us so that we can put this quality event on for kids.
And keep our kids' education and music going. That's
Absolutely.
wonderful. Thank you so much for being here, Kim. It goes so fast, and our time is up. So
I appreciate the opportunity.
it. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us, and stick with us. We'll be right back.
Recreational fires are allowed within the Owatonna city limits. They must be contained within a fire pit or a device designed for such use, and can be 3 feet in diameter and no more than 3 feet high. They must be 25 feet from a building or combustibles. Only untreated or unpainted woods must be used. Fires must be attended by a person at all times that are capable of extinguishing the fire. This has been a safety tip from the Owatonna Fire Department.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Michael Mager with the Brick Mager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brick Mager, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome to the Owatonna Today Show. We are your community connection. We are out and about in our beautiful community, and we are being visited by John Havelka, who is the person who's in charge of the great fireworks display that we have every 4th of July.
Right on.
Hi, John.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's good to have you here.
Outdoor interview.
I know, and it's not
like
raining because it was
It's not raining.
so far so
and it
good.
won't on the 4th of July either.
And it won't on the 4th. Oh, let's.
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
Knock on wood.
Guarantee, right.
So you are the person who's been heading this up for the last 10 years, and what I want to know is, you know, what goes into the fireworks, what goes into getting the fireworks,
Okay.
what goes into the actual display, what can people do while they're here, and who the heck is paying for this?
Great question.
Let's start with, so tell us what you do in terms of getting this fireworks stuff going.
So about 10 years ago, our club took over the fireworks, and nobody was really saying, I got it. So I said, we got to get this thing done. So of course I got nominated.
So they
to
said,
be,
well, great, you do it.
You do it, exactly. That's exactly how it went down.
And to be clear, I'm not sure if I said this, you're with the Rotary Club, the morning Rotary Club.
Early Edition Rotary.
Early Edition
You got
Rotary
it.
is responsible for putting on our fireworks
Right.
show.
So at the
Thank
time we collect money from the community, and in 2004 at our sesquicentennial, Federated Insurance paid for the fireworks. It was a $10,000 show. So the next year when we went out to get bids to collect money, we only collected $8,000 for the $10,000 fireworks show. Fortunately, we had some money in the bank, so we were able to do that, but we really need to start growing the fireworks and make a little bit more of an effort to do that. So we've started trying to do different fundraising things. So the city of Owatonna we get $2,500 from the city of Owatonna.
Thank you, City of Owatonna.
It is. We keep asking for more, but it's frozen with that. The VFW donates $1,000 every year. Federated Insurance donates money. They're one of our biggest sponsors is Federated Insurance. Wenger, Gopher Sport. So we've got some really good partners, the other Rotary Club in Owatonna to help fund it. We do a corn feed the Tuesday right before Labor Day, which generates about $1,500. So those are kind of the base of it.
Lots of little ways that we are
Right.
getting this money so that we
Right.
can have a pretty big fireworks
It's a pretty good
display.
show, yeah, the show. So, and then other, just donations from folks, $25 here and $5 there, and it all adds up.
If somebody wants to donate $5, $25, $100, whatever it is, how, can they reach you? How do they do that?
They can, but we have everything go through the Chamber Foundation. So it's all tax deductible. We'll send you a receipt, but it all goes through the Chamber. So you write Patriot Skies or 4th of July fireworks, and then drop it off at the Chamber. Or I can take it down there for you.
Do they have to make it out to the Chamber of Commerce then?
No, it just has to be made out to the Rotary or fireworks, but we just have to deposit.
Rotary or fireworks?
Yep,
Okay,
you
good.
got
Got to
it.
get that out there in
Yeah.
case you want to give money.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so we appreciate that, or that when people do that, it adds up.
And there are other things that are happening in terms of how they're getting this money that we'll talk about because it's really great. It's ingenious,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
local businesses are involved. But what are we going to see this year?
So the fireworks show, a $15,000 fireworks show.
Wow.
So we do it here at the grandstand. So we've got to be a certain number of feet back. And there's a guy named Terry Hinkle who's been doing lighting the fireworks off for us.
And he has all of his fingers and his nose and
As
everything.
far
is
as I
still
know,
intact.
he's got all of his fingers. He doesn't have all of his teeth, but he's got all of his fingers for sure. Terry, I probably shouldn't say that, but it's kind of funny. So he'll do that. He's got a team of his son and a team of folks that do the fireworks. So everything gets set off here. So over the years, we've evolved from a little bit more kind of low fireworks, like they're called boxes, but trying to get the fireworks up higher so people can be farther away from the grandstand and still see the fireworks. So that's been an effort recently to try and get the fireworks higher. But what happens is we have fewer fireworks because they cost more. These bigger fireworks they just have a little higher cost than the lower fireworks.
But
that's okay.
It's kind of a big display though because it's way up there. It's not just right here.
It is. It's great. It lasts about 20 minutes for the fireworks show. So it's a pretty good show.
Do we sit in the stands there, or where do we sit to watch
You
this?
can sit anywhere around anywhere that you can see the fireworks. So there's a lot of folks that sit inside the grandstand. The Midway is a great spot. Brick Meager Funeral Home, where we'll talk about the Brick Meagers and what he does for us. But that's a great spot to watch the fireworks.
And we've got this whole beautiful, beautiful, what am I saying beautiful? We've got this, asphalt.
There's room here.
Yeah.
The fairgrounds.
So there's room at the fairgrounds if somebody wants to come and tailgate in advance.
So that's kind of
Does that go
fun,
on?
yeah. So we've done that in the past, is come and hang out and bring your family. The one thing we do ask is to help clean up, because kind of the downside of all this is on the day after the fireworks, somebody has to go through and clean up the fairgrounds, and that's your Early Edition Rotary Club members.
It is. Oh, people, be nice to the Early Edition Rotary folks who are bringing you the show. Clean up your mess. Now, there's something else really great that's going on, and that is that there are some businesses who are going to be giving portions of proceeds to fund this. Tell us about that.
So Fairway Food, so Paul from Fairway is in our club, and he's been great trying to figure out ways to help us out. So they do we've got a brat and hamburger stand there the Friday, I think it's the 27th is the date. So we'll be selling food that day if you want to stop by and grab some food. They're also doing something called a roundup, where if your bill for your groceries are $58.38, you can round it up to $59, and then that money would go to the fireworks. So that's something new this year.
So round up, if you've got change that you're giving them, round it up and they'll get the difference.
And they'll go, and that's through Fairway. Buffalo Wild Wings. So for the whole month of June until July 4th, if you mention the fireworks, 10% of your tab for food and drink will go to the fireworks. So that's really cool that Buffalo Wild Wings is partnering with us this year to do that.
And that's new?
And that's new,
yeah. And Fairway, that's new?
And Fairway, that's new. Yep. And then we also sell flags. We've done that for a long time. So the weekend before at Hy-Vee, Cashwise, Lowe's, and Fairway, we'll be selling flags, and people can make good,
Are we talking
donation.
big flags? Or are we talking
No, just little flags. We just hand out little
flags,
flags, and
okay.
if you want to make a donation, you can make a donation.
Okay, and then Brick Maker,
yes.
They are also doing something they've been doing for a while, haven't they?
Yeah,
okay, what's that?
So last year, they generated over $900. They went to the fireworks. So Glenn, he'll have some folks from like the Casey's come in, they smoke some meat, they have watermelon. He gets a band called the Scotty Miller Band. And it's almost like a little festival over there the 4th of July. And I think it goes from like 5:30 kind of to the fireworks, the band and the food. And it's a great little event that he's put together.
It's a nice little party.
Oh, it's a great little party.
And
so
anybody can go, and then you just purchase the food that he's cooking and pay for the tickets, to hear the band?
There's no ticket price. It's a goodwill donation, so you just donate whatever you feel. $20, $100, whatever you feel fit. Bring your own food and beverages, or not your own food, but your own beverages, and hang out. That's cool.
That sounds wonderful. And now, to be clear, what's happening is those things that are going on are going to be funding next year's fireworks, correct?
Yeah, that's right. And I'm glad you said that, because we're always a year ahead now because of the federated donation. So we're looking forward to next year. So this year's show, we generated the money last year. So
how much money did we raise last year?
A little over $15,000. So we need almost $1,000 extra for other costs with security and envelopes and stamps and
Where
other costs.
Where are you getting that?
That was raised last year.
Oh, that's right.
So that's already in the bank. So now this year we're raising for next year.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's great.
So, what else do you want to tell us about this great event and what you guys are doing?
That's really, the event is based on the generosity of the city. And people that donate to it, that's what generates how big of a show we can have. So if people are generous and more people donate, the bigger the fireworks show will be for next year. So,
and the fireworks go off on the 4th of July at what time? Dark, obviously, but
10 o'clock. We tell Hank 10 o'clock we want that first one going up.
10 p.m.
10 p.m.
Oh, the kids get to stay up late for that.
No, if it rains. So if it
How
rains,
do you get the fireworks
then
up
we
there?
just postpone it a day. So that's kind of our backup plan. It'd be the next day. So we have to kind of decide early in the day, because they have to set everything up and everything's got to be dry, to set up. To make sure we can get them off. And the wind's got to be right. And
the wind is.
There's a few factors, but so far we've never had to postpone them. So we won't do it this year either.
You said the word never. I'm knocking again. Okay, I'm knocking again. We got to raise the money, and it can't rain.
Can't rain.
Yes, good.
But it's a great show.
Thank you so much for making this show great by coming on and letting us know how people can get involved in supporting the 4th of July fireworks and what the Rotary Breakfast
Early Edition
Rotary
Rotary
is doing. Thanks so much, John, for all your continued work on this. We appreciate it.
That's kind of fun. It's always good.
Great. And you're always good, and we appreciate you. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hello, I'm Sean McNulty.
And I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Senior Living, Sterling House, and Clarebridge of Owatonna.
And we are a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show. We just visited with John Havelka for the 4th of July fireworks information. And prior to that, though, we were speaking with you we were speaking with Kim Cosens about the Wenger Marching Band Festival. And we want you to know that the marshal, the honorary marshal of that is Berlin Staska. So thank you, Berlin Staska. And also thank you, Kim Cosens, Edward Jones, because they are one of the sponsors as well. Well, it is time for our community announcements, and there is, as usual, a lot going on in the community, so let's get right to that for you. If I can find my announcements, here we go. Once again, the library has got so much going on. Remember, summer reading program for the kids. Looks like Thursday, June 18th will be the Shifley Puppets at 10 a.m., so stick around for that day. That sounds fun. We've also got... the Owatonna Foundation is announcing their new executive secretary. They're pleased to announce that Laura Ressler has been chosen to fill the executive secretary position at the foundation. Congratulations, Laura. June 13th, there is the diaper drive taking place. The Owatonna Hospital Foundation established this diaper bank for Steele County. Deliver your donated diapers of all sizes. Disposable children's diapers of all sizes are being accepted. I believe that they are accepted at the food shelf. River Springs wants to be able to give scholarships to families whose kids maybe couldn't afford to swim there otherwise.
Not swimming, for recreation
recreation programs. Thank you very much, Leanne. So June 14th, Sunday, June 14th, when you buy a ticket, you'll be given a ducky, and the funds will go to the scholarship fund. Movies in the Park starts June 19th. That's Friday, June 19th, rain or shine. And the movie that day is going to be Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day, 9 p.m. in Central Park. Breakfast on the Farm, June 20th, 8 a.m. to noon, rain or shine at Clover Glen Farms in Claremont. That's fun and exciting stuff we're looking forward to. We'll be visiting with them in an upcoming show as well. 37th Annual Young Life Golf Tournament. It's a 4-person scramble, again on June 20th. A lot happening in the community on June 20th. 8:30 a.m. shotgun start, and that is at Brook Tree Golf Course. Saturday, June 20th, the Art Center is having the Super Sleuth Saturday. Not sure exactly what time it starts. The Art Center is usually open at 1 o'clock. You might want to contact the Art Center for more information about Super Sleuth Saturday on June 20th. We want to let you know what's coming up for next week as well. So please do rejoin us next week. Next week, for the 15th, we have the LTO play, the producers. We're going to be visiting with those people on set. Medford Straight River Days, we're going to be talking about that. Steele County Public Health Program, Help Me Grow, that's going to be coming up. Looks like we've got Breakfast on the Farm, the folks there. We're going to be visiting that farm so you can get a sneak peek of that. And also we've got 2 new businesses in town. Pupuseria La Paz, we visited with them. That will be a great show coming up, as well as Fit Lab. So do join us next week. Thank you so much for joining us now.